Give you the complete lineup now of 3D efficiency, having messed it up previously. There's Fred Palethorpe on drums, Roy Campbell bass, John Reynolds guitar, Steve Spurgeon keyboards, Phil Martin sax, and Richie Holmes on vocals. Hopefully this is the first from 3D efficiency. It's called Alone.
I feel we're all surrounded by own. Have I chosen selfishly? As to what is right for me, I wonder if it's all worth waiting for. I give it 16 hours a day, screw the brain and find a way. Still the endings happen, you need more. Find a way and show me what's in store. Blindly falling down, faces changing all around. Time for this vision soaring near. Certain rules you must obey, 'cause it's not the only way. The pressure that it's time to conform. Make the choice and shatter from the storm.
That's the first from 3D efficiency, which is spelt like a fish in C, and it's called Alone. As I say, we're going to be speaking to the drummer stroke manager, as he's become in the course of the evening, before the end of the programme. I've got another number now from 3D efficiency, after which we'll speak to Freddie Palethorpe of that organisation. This is called Some Die for Money.
Of the human race, they never see the death in his face. Dark and night, in dark places is his way, waiting on his God's grace. Come with me, we'll have a good time. Take my hand and you'll be mine. Down this dark place I will take her. Then I shall give chase for my murder. Heard a voice into his trance they had doubt. Revealed his passion straight from hell. Dying scream love intent was not to happen, was not to please this red-faced demon.
That's 3D efficiency, and it's called Some Die for Money. And in a moment or so on the programme, I'll be announcing the name of the winner of last week's Bruce Grobbelaar competition and setting this week's Bruce Grobbelaar competition. It's all pretty exciting stuff as soon as we decide what the prize might possibly be. Earlier on, I said that we were going to be talking to Fred Palethorpe and accused him of being the manager of the band. He was very embarrassed about this. He's actually the drummer. Do you have a manager?
No, not actually, John. Well, at the moment, we're looking for one.
Yeah.
I am definitely not the manager.
What's going to happen to you as a consequence of my saying that you are? As I say, managers get a lot more money. I know this because I've seen some of them in action.
True, yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind the tag of a manager, but definitely not with 3D.
First of all, I mean, Liverpool bands have got a bit of a reputation for coming up with rather bizarre names. So what on earth made you decide to call yourselves 3D Efficiency and then spell it like a fish in sea, as in trawling?
Well, it's funny, really, because we were known...
It better be.
Well,
it better be very funny, actually.
We were known as Snapshots, first of all.
Yeah.
And we wanted to keep the link with cameras. And we were looking through a few magazines. And we were looking at the type of a lens.
Oh, yeah.
And it just came about that. We were going to actually be called 3D Efficiency, spelt that way.
Yeah.
But we thought no, and we mixed it up a little bit and split it up. But like people like yourself, it does turn heads.
Yes, of course it does. Yes, because I mean, it was one of the... we first heard the band on a demo tape which you sent to London, one of several which people have sent to Radio 1 over the past few years, but yours was one of the ones we actually got round to listening to. And here you are as a consequence of that. What's the history of the band, then? Can you give us... I mean, is there a history?
There is a history, yeah. All the members have been in and out of bands, local bands, before 3D ever come about. As I say, Snapshots was the baby of it, sort of thing.
I had a single by a band called Snapshots. Was that you, or was that another band?
I definitely wasn't Snapshots, not us, no.
Oh.
But from there on in, the members of the band came together with Snapshots, and then the lineup changed slightly, and we came out as 3D.
Well, Phil Ross was saying about half an hour ago or so that it's actually quite easy these days to find gigs to play in Liverpool. I mean, have you found this to be the case?
No, I'd like to differ with him there, actually, because it's okay for saying that the gigs are easy to come by, but there's not many places to play.
Yeah, well, no, that sounds a bit contradictory, that. I mean...
Yeah, but I mean to say you can play gigs in Liverpool if you've got, say, the type of PA and also the money up front before you play. Yeah. Like, you can go to clubs, but there again, you've got to put money up front before you do play, and then you've also got to have the PA to play with.
So you might, in other words, it's going to cost you money, really, basically.
Exactly, yeah. And a lot of the bands in Liverpool just haven't got the money.
Incidentally, for those people, people listening, in case you heard an extra voice, I think it was a passing taxi which we pick up as they're picking their way through the vast crowds of people that are milling around in the street outside, at great personal danger to themselves, but just for the sheer pleasure of seeing what a real Radio 1 DJ looks like. What are your aspirations then, Freddie, to get back to a 3D efficiency? I mean, how do you see yourself? I mean, I asked the other people, let's ask the people in Worksop, and later on, listeners, you'll hear me ask the people in Shipley the same question, because I can't think of any other questions to ask. But I mean, how do you see yourself getting out of Liverpool? What's the process by which you can become known to a nationwide audience?
I don't know really, it's hard, because if people come down to see it in Liverpool, A&R men from London.
But do they ever do that, in fact?
Well, we've had a couple of people come down. But the problem being is when you come down to see you, do you automatically expect an audience response wherever you're playing? Now, it's just not so in Liverpool, to be quite honest. Like, they expect people to jump up, probably dancing or whatever, and they look a lot towards the audience and take a little bit away off the bands. And it's not really fair.
And do you think that they're possibly looking for, as again, as Phil Ross hinted earlier on, that they're looking for another Echo and the Bunnymen, or another Teardrop Explodes, or what?
I don't really know. I think they may be looking for someone different. But, I mean, what would you class as different? Certainly, there's not many different bands around.
I've noticed with record companies in the past, and I'm not putting the big record companies down necessarily in this context, but when they look for something different, they want it not too different. They want it to be pretty much the same as something which has already been successful.
Exactly, yeah. We've had quite a few people turn down to us, well, a couple of people turn down in high places sort of thing, and say, well, you're not quite different enough, but I don't know what they will class as different.
Yeah. So in other words, basically what you're hoping is that possibly something may come from this session being broadcast on Radio 1, and hope that somebody might pick up on it.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's been the biggest break that 3D efficiency I've ever had up to now. But I'm sure, I'm speaking for the other 5 lads that aren't here tonight, it won't be the last one.
Well, I hope you're right. Okay, thanks very much. There's another one from 3D Efficiency, which is very difficult to say hurriedly. It's an instrumental. It's called Houdini. 3D, efficiency, opportunity knocks. That's Houdini, the title of that, and another one from the band before the end of the programme. This is the last from 3D, efficiency.
Just returned from the place. Nothing has changed. Streets of the corridor, same faces, same names, and textbook matadors. Take tracksuits, flies. Is this the real world of the cooling tide? Taking the jet away, taking the jet. No one has nothing to say.
Saving the best one to the end, of course, typically. That's 3D efficiency, and it's called The Orchard. Probably something to do with Chekhov, I shouldn't wonder. And the session produced by Dale Griffin and engineered...